Sally, I should probably start with congratulations. I mean, 14 nominations for Killing Eve.
Thank you.
How does that feel?
Well, it's surreal. I mean, I went out for a run in the morning when the nominations came out thinking, I won't take my phone. If I get back, how will I feel if there's no nominations? Like, fine, absolutely fine. And they all came through. It is just amazing.
So Killing Eve has some incredible women involved in the project, both on screen and behind the camera. What's it like to work on a project like that?
Well, you know, in front of the cameras, you've got Sandra Oh, you've got Jodie Comer, you've got Fiona Shaw, and you've got a bunch of other sort of extraordinary women there. And backstage, we've got female writers. We've got, in season 2, we've got Eleanor Day, who's producing it. You've got fantastic HODs. And I wouldn't say that fundamentally it feels that different, but I just think generally a sense that women are there and it's complex, complicated, multi-layered, naughty, takes risks, is inappropriate. You know, I think that feels really exciting and really fresh. And, you know, it's about, you know, when we embarked on the show, we kept saying, okay, if you woke up every morning and you didn't have fear, what would you do? And I think if you hold that as a sort of mantra, that was, I hope you get a bit of a sense of that, particularly from the women in the show.
Let's talk all things Phoebe Waller-Bridge.
Yeah.
I mean, she is the queen at the moment, it would seem, of kind of writing and performing. What was it like working with her and having her on board?
Yeah, I met her actually. I just read Fleabag, the script, and it was before Fleabag had been made into a telly thing or anything. So, and I just loved the fact that she loved television, she had the ambition for it, she was wild and funny, and, you know, when she shines her beam on you, you feel like you're $1 million, and she's, you know, she's extraordinary and growing all the time, and I do think she could turn her hand to almost anything. And what's so brilliant about her is that she, you know, can access, you know, dark things, and a lot of other people don't even want to acknowledge that they're there. And yet she also finds them quite funny.
I was going to say she sprinkles humour into pretty much everything she does.
She's quite unique like that, I think, who's so willing to sort of expose the truth about herself and about relationships and people in the human condition, and yet she knows it's funny and that you can laugh and cry at the same time, and I think she really likes to shock, and that's great fun, you know. I just think
that's quite refreshing to work with somebody like that as well.
Yeah, it's absolutely brilliant. So it's not all angsty, you know. It can be angsty, but at the same time, it is hilarious. So she's just brilliant.
What do you feel has changed in terms of women working in this industry? Did you see a lot of other women on your way up, or?
Well, if you work in drama in the UK, I think there always has been quite a lot of women in that, and particularly on the sort of commissioning side. Less so on the floor. You know, I think the floor remains quite male. The difference is how many good female writers should be coming through now, and I think they are going to come through, and we've got an all...
Are you noticing that? Are you seeing more female writers come through?
Well, when we were looking for writers for season 3, we met about 40, and they were brilliant, really strong, great things to say, and so it is there. But I do think that is it's so hard. It's so hard. Yeah. I mean, there's some great female directors out there, but we need more, and we've got to support them as far as we can. But
in a positive way, does it kind of catch your attention though? If you were to meet a female director, does it make you kind of listen to them and notice them more?
Yes, it does, because you're constantly looking to find them, because we have to support them, but at the same time, you know, there's some great male directors out there. So it's, you know, it's really, but we've got to push them, and we've got to grow people from the ground up, because it's also not fair to put a really talented but quite green female director on a show that might completely brutalise them.
Yeah,
so you've got, you know, you have to put in some sort of support around it, and I think you've got to be quite sensible but proactive about it.
I wonder what you think the industry can do to kind of foster that development of women kind of on and off screen.
Yeah.
Because you've spoken quite a lot in your past about balancing work and motherhood, and that being obviously a very difficult thing to do.
Yeah.
I mean, how do you think
I think
that can be helped?
I do think it's really hard. I think you can help by having vaguely civilised production hours. So 5-day weeks rather than 11-day fortnights.
Is that something you actively try and do
we try and
when you're working on
5-day weeks. We've started experimenting with having sort of continuous days so that you don't break for lunch or you have a rolling lunch so that you can finish at 6. And the other thing that we're doing, we've got a female writer at the moment who's got a young baby, and we've actually rented another room next to the writer's room where the baby stays with her nanny. So we're trying to facilitate the ability so that you just acknowledge that we're human beings, we have babies.
I work in telly, and I've never heard of someone kind of being so supportive of another woman like that. I think that's amazing. I think with Killing Eve, something that's amazing as well, if you've got these two incredible women kind of at the forefront of the storytelling. I think that's something as well that we're seeing more and more of within television, and maybe that's why, as a series, it has just flown and done absolutely phenomenally. I mean, do you agree with that? Do you think that's why it's gone so huge?
Yeah, I do, and I think there is a degree of wish fulfillment in some of it. You know, you've got these extraordinary sort of fearless women who are massively flawed, really complicated, have great fun, can display their foibles and their failures and their successes in a way that doesn't feel like it is revering women just as these sort of icons. You know, that they're just as clever, intelligent and mucked up as everybody else. I think that is really important, and it feels like there's a slight sort of war cry about it, and I love that energy, and I think that has captured something that is sort of the moment.
It's genuinely, it's inspiring television. I think that's why it's kind of resonated with, I was going to say everyone then, but it pretty much is everyone. Thank you so much, and congratulations. I mean, what a series.
Thank you very much.